Singer Jovanotti's unique melding of hip-hop, house, jazz, and spoken word has made him a household name in Italy. Jovanotti spoke with the audience before his performance at Stern Grove Festival on July 25, 2010.
When I was 14, I fell in love with music, but in a strange way, because my older brother took me to a private radio. There was very little in Italy in the 70s. They were starting these wild explosions of little private radios. There were thousands of them. And so there was a little private radio in the village where, in the little town where I went in the summer with my grandmother and grandfather. And I fell in love with the situation, you know, the private radio, the microphone, the turntables. It was a room with all the records on the wall, and it was like a beautiful, you know, when you see something you say, yeah, I like that, I want to be here, I want to stay here. So I asked them if I could go working for them, and I started falling in love, not with the music. I didn't fall in love with the music, I fell in love with the records, with objects. I was fascinated by the machines, by the microphone, by the turntables, by the mixer, by these black things, you know. And so I wanted to be a DJ. I started to be a DJ, and so for the first time I listened to hip hop and to indie American rock. And so there were the hip hop scene, you know, the beginning. I'm really talking about, you know, Grandmaster Flash, Sugar Hill Gang, the beginning of hip hop, you know, the old school. And so I wanted to know more about this music, to know more about that, and I wanted to start doing that music also. And so I put the instrumental tracks on the back of the records and started to do rap, like in a, we call it macaroni English in Italy. It's an English that you invent. And so I was doing rap in the macaroni English in the discotheque, and everything started. And after three years of being a DJ in this underground way, a producer from Milan saw me, and he asked me to go to Milan, and he was very big. He had a radio, he owned a TV show, and so he owned a big radio network. And so in three months, I found myself like a sort of teenage pop star, and I was number one in the chart with an album, and you know, and everything had started to be huge. Writing music is not technical for me. It's not a discipline. It's a confused things. I do a lot of things, and I do I don't know, stream of consciousness. Sometimes I sit down and I write all the things that comes in my mind, and I fill pages of Word, you know, with a lot of things, and then I see if there's something good inside of that. Sometimes I put I don't know, another record of somebody with a groove, and over this groove I write my things. Sometimes I put a software and I do a loop of a drum machine, and then I write over this. Sometimes I take the guitar, sometimes I take the piano, sometimes I ask a musician, come to my house, so we have dinner, and then we go to the little studio I have, and we start playing. Then I take my notebooks and I come out with something. There is another way, but in general, a word is always the beginning of everything. If we say in Italy, the music is like the pig, you know, we don't throw away anything, you know, and so in Italy it's come il maiale, no? Non si butta via niente. And in the music it's the same for this, you know. Sometimes there is a word, a phrase that stay there for 5 years, 10 years, you know, and then you sing a song, you write a song, and it comes, you remember there, boom, and at the end everything is strange. Sometimes a song is made of 3 different songs from 3 different periods of your life, you know. I like to change, and I really like music, and so it was not good the fact that I was so successful without doing music, you know, without knowing more about music. I was doing rap, but I didn't know anything about a chord. I didn't know anything about a chord progression, about an arrangement. I was doing music with drum machines, you know, and everything was so wild, but was not enough. Was not enough. And so I started listening to other music, and then I grew up. You know, life gets you in different places, makes you listen to different things, makes you think other things. And so I started doing little melodies in the songs, and little by little now, I don't know where I am. You know, I do a music that it's still conserved. I think this original hip hop attitude that is very direct. I don't spend much time in the production of a song. I spend maybe much time in a lot of time in writing it, but in the production I want to be fast and cheap. How Brian Eno say, no? Brian Eno say the rock pop music gotta be fast and cheap. You know, you don't have to be in studio for a year, you know, to do an album. I like plastic music. You know, I like music. Pop music is music done for having fun, you know, for getting in love, for the body to feel goosebumps, you know. It's something like that. So it gotta be very, very, very direct, and I like that. But you know, the process to get to this energy sometimes can also be long. My generation is the generation of Live Aid, no? It's the generation that was participating as an audience on television to this first huge global event that was telling us something very important that was never told before, that music could move consciousness, you know, in that strong way. And so I was maybe strongly influenced by this event in particular. Live Aid, I think music was not the same after Live Aid, especially rock music, especially pop music was not the same anymore. And so growing up with this was important, I think, once that I met my social status, my idea that with my microphone, with my visibility, I could help. I think the role of the artist in society is to be an artist. I don't believe that the role of the artist in society is to be a social promoter or a politician. I think the best thing for an artist is to do good art. You know? That's the most important thing. Then there is a role of a person. And an artist is also a person and has ideas, has political ideas, and has interests, and so as a person he can use the power that the quality of his job is giving him to do different things. But I don't believe that a good artist is an artist that is also socially involved. A good artist is a good artist. Then there is a person that can have a feeling about a thing. I think that an artist that do the social thing because he think it's cool to do it, because I think he gotta do it because he's an artist, I think is worse than, it's better if he doesn't do anything and he keep on singing with his beautiful voice. You know, it's really bad. I think that if you are a person, you have ideas, you know, everybody has ideas, you know, and so if you have a bar and you have ideas, you start promoting your ideas also when you sell a coffee, you know, you say, and you put a poster on the back of the bar, you know, that's it. And so, but we are artists, we have a big audience sometimes, we have television, and so we can use this to do something for something that we believe in. I have to say I'm excited about the future in that sense. I'm very excited. I think that the future for music and communication with the internet, with the digital era, is much better than before. Got more chances, it's also more economically affordable. You know, today there are no excuses. No excuses, you know. If you can, before you can say, oh, nobody is letting me do music, nobody is hard, I don't have the money to rent a studio, I don't have instruments. Today you can do a movie with a camera, with a telephone cell, you know. So today it's just a question of ideas. It's just a question of energy. The energy you put in your things has the power to be in 3 days all over the world. Look what's happening in YouTube, you know? Look what's happening to some artists, you know, they come from nothing, and in some days they become huge, you know, millions of viewers, you know. Tell me if if I'm not excited about that. It's hard not to be excited about this kind of scenario.
Your support helps make possible Stern Grove Festival's admission-free concerts and outreach programs. Please make a donation online at www.sterngrove.org.